has he been hiding? Every time I see with him, he's a brand baby. You see shoes come in first and you look at, oh, brand new once again. But today he's got competition. Adnan Sami Adah, thanks so much for joining me. He's got competition from Adah Sharma as well. Yeah, thank you so much. It's really amazing to see you back, and I feel like we've had pretty chats already before this started, yeah? Yeah. But this is an amazing time, you know, for India, I think. By the way, congratulations, Sir, Padam Shri, Sir.
Oh.
I have to say, yeah, you can't buy this award, you know what I mean? A lot of them will try, but this is an amazing thing, I think, testament to your talent, testament to the fact that, well, you were the person for us, you know, who was so chilled, so cool, who did it all, whose fingers we couldn't see. It must be a real, I think, affirmation of the fact that all your decisions that you made in the last 20 years has sort of worked out for you.
Yes, actually, this is, I think, the best way of putting it across, because, you know, the kind of love, the blessings, the support, and for lack of a better word, the endorsement of everything that I have stood up for. The chances.
Have you put on your nameplate in your house?
No.
You're entering the home of Padam Shri, Adnan Sami. That would be cool.
Yeah. No, but you know, it's just incredibly gratifying, and you know, it's the ultimate honor that you can get. Like, you know, I mean, I just wish my father was alive to see it, because he was a huge support in my growth as a person, as a musician, and I know that if he was alive today to see this, he would have had, you know, he would have had tears of joy, you know.
No, of course. I mean, it's something. It's almost the pinnacle of any individual, not just an artist.
Yes.
An individual strives for, I mean, you feel nice when you get recognized, and when you get recognized at the recognizable platforms, I think it really makes sense.
Yes.
You've had, I think, perhaps the most colorful careers without actually spending too much time. You're a testament to the fact Bollywood has not been such a big part of your life, yet you've been able to sustain yourself for so long.
Yeah.
Something that she's doing now, she's veered away a little bit from Bollywood and is using the digital mediums wonderfully well.
Yeah.
I think this is like alternate therapy, so as to say, which is now being accepted. Are you like happy with like the current state that is there with the platforms and the social media platforms and, you know, the TV and all those kind of things that are there right now?
Well, I think today we are living in a beautiful time, because in the entertainment world in particular, because suddenly there have been so many platforms that have come up, so many opportunities for so many people. Before, you know, you were limited to, for example, cinema, you were limited to television and radio. Yes. And then, you know, to help you, there was print media.
Yes.
Today, then suddenly social media came in, and then in social media, the whole video element came in, and the whole digital platform has come in. And today, you have people from all walks of life, different backgrounds, and different levels of talent. You know, put across very, very diplomatically. Levels of talent. Yeah.
But they've got legions of fans.
And they've got legions of fans. You know, I mean, the point of the matter is that, you know, in the past there was a particular benchmark that you had to come up to. Today, that benchmark actually doesn't really exist, because you have people who are, you know, it's like, for example, you had Seinfeld, and Seinfeld, what's that show? It's a show about nothing. Yeah. you know, and it was like, what is it about? It's about nothing. And it became a rage, you know. So similarly, there are people out there who have absolutely no talent as far as that so-called benchmark is concerned, but they've got a huge
Adnan, you're
following.
reaching way too high.
But, you know, but they've got following. And, you know, the point is that even there's some of them, I'm not going to name them, that even I find very entertaining. Because I sort of say, wow, this person has got absolutely no talent, but I'm enjoying it.
But then I think now that's what it's come down to, right? If you can entertain somebody, however you choose to do that, whether through your talent or through your lack of talent.
But, you know...
But if you're entertaining someone, I think
that makes a lot of...
So in everyone's defense, if you say singing, I understand. But if you ever go through the great Adah Sharma's profile, the abs have never gone.
Not sarcasm. No, I was
this is actually a fact. You're not only into yoga and all those kind of things, which you've, by the way, achieved excellence with. Okay, so if you stand on one leg, in one hand, it's like it will take years of tapasya. Your dance you've conquered over the years, you know, and it has really worked. Until today, I met Vicky Kaushal the other day, and I must say this to you. 1920 is still a benchmark as to how scared, and Ragini MMS, how scary films in India can be classy, can be awesome. And you were that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And that has
And
not...
we didn't do sex in our horror.
Not at all.
So
But you turned your head around, man.
Yeah.
I turned a lot of leg hand.
Yeah, it's can you imagine? We just haven't cracked the code till then.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's somehow supposedly the easiest code to crack.
Yeah.
Because you should be able to scare. Do you sometimes look back and say that I didn't get enough accolades for whatever I've done? I don't think I've got my due. Yes, you've got a huge following on social media. But the industry respect when I talk of, do you think you've got enough of that?
So, like for me as a person, when I started off also, I'm very anti-social. I find it very difficult to interact with people.
Yeah.
Like when I see an animal, crow, dog, lizard, cow, anything, I immediately know how to
Lizard
connect.
as well?
Yeah, lizard.
Yeah, everything, yeah. And I will go,
Stop pushing it, isn't it?
No, I have a whole lizard portfolio and all. You have to see my phone. Like if you go through my
Yeah, I've
images,
seen
if I give someone my phone, no, they say, what pictures will you see on your phone?
Crazy fetish.
I have all these weird,
Lizard thing.
And they all pose for me. They all pose for me. So I have that thing. So with humans, I find it a little difficult to interact with people.
Okay.
So when I started off, I used to listen to other people. Like they used to say, you can't wear this. No one has worn this before. Or you can't do this to your hair. You can't say that. Do not be funny. Ada, please don't be funny. So Ada was never funny. I was very proper. And I gave interviews like that. I answered questions
I've sat
correctly.
in one of them when you sat like that.
Yeah, because I was told, don't do this. And I just finished school and I started, I didn't go to college, by the way. I'm not entirely educated formally.
No, you're scared when you're sitting in front of Adnan, right? Where's your benchmark?
Yeah. He'll be like, where's the benchmark? Not formally educated. But anyways, so it was, for me, how far I've come as a person to be able to get into an industry when I find it difficult to even like talk to people and stuff. So that way, yes. But of course, I am a little, I'm very dissatisfied. For me, I'd like to have a movie release every month. Yeah. And I feel I can do a movie where I can do Kathak, I can do a movie where I can do
Which you do very well, by the way,
Western
also,
dance,
yes.
I can do. So I feel that I've been utilized like 2%, which is so sad. I hope I can finish off all my desires in this lifetime and I don't have to be reborn as like Shah Rukh Khan in Om Shanti Om, then I'll be reborn as a non-talented person and then get accolades then. I mean, in Om Shanti Om, he was born as, you know, the other guy was more talented. So then I'll be this not-talented actress who's...
No, I think you're doing fine.
I want to finish off all the desires now, so everybody give me movies quickly and let's finish this and then...
This is more chat that, with this emotion that she's ever done in her life that she's done last 30 seconds. I congratulate you on that for opening the doors out. And with someone like you, I have to say sometimes, do you get misunderstood with your sense of humor? And you know, you've got this really lovely smile on your face, but you're very naughty as well. Are you able to, the industry now is I've seen become very closed door.
Right.
With criticism, with judgment. Forget this, film reviews also. I mean, unless you're not giving 17 stars out of 5, the biggest stars in the world, I had to stop reviewing films. They said, who's told you to say the truth all the time? Right. I'm sorry? Who? Kisne tumhe bataya? Jis thali mein kha rahe ho, usme khao. Ched mat karo. I was told this. And I've realized that because of this, you know, your world has become smaller because of social media. People have become more impatient. So is it easier for you or impossible now?
No, you know, the thing is, you're absolutely right, but I don't think it's only with the industry.
Yeah.
I think it's the world atmosphere where everybody seems to have got it a little bit
angsty, man,
over constipated. You know, where, you know, I mean, if you...
Everything's an issue.
Everything becomes an issue, and it's like, say cheese... You know, and somebody will turn around and say, well,
vegan.
You know, vegan,
Oh
I'm offended, you know, and you know.
That happened recently.
Yeah, and you know, and everybody gets offended at the drop of a hat, you know, and, you know.
For like a very big dairy brand in India, did an ad with the Joker, and they put like, you know, butter on his face because they're a dairy brand, and all the vegans of the world said, he's vegan, you can't do that. I said, he's the Joker. It's an ad.
Yeah.
And it's the dairy brand. What are they going to put, like Coca-Cola in his mouth?
Exactly.
Hilarious.
So, you know, people have become a little bit oversensitive, and they need to basically get that cactus out of their ass, you know. And you know, yeah, I said that.
Uncensored within would be
Can you
awesome.
say that on the beep out of the
No.
beep?
No, you can't.
People, we're online now.
Yeah. So the thing is that, you know, people have generally become a little like that. However, I have made it a point that, you know, I am who I am.
Yeah.
I will say the truth. Sometimes it does land me into trouble.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm only answerable to God, and that's the way I feel. My opinion is my opinion. I'm entitled to it. And if I've offended you, have a Coke and a smile. You know,
And some vegan butter.
but I'm non-vegetarian, so I'm offended.
He's made a comeback after years, but how does one stay relevant? You know, I mean, even Ada does so many things, a lady of many talents. How do you stay relevant in this current social world as well? When, you know, like you said, everyone may have varying amounts of talent, but everyone's watching, everyone's judging. So even when you're making music or like fantastic classical dance, I didn't even know that you could do this dance. It's beautiful. And you know, with him, it's almost like there are two different videos that are being made, you know. There's one Adnan Sami, which is with a piano, and then there's another, it's aesthetically beautifully shot. But how does one stay relevant with the music? You know, for somebody who's not like so in your face with everyday posts. I'm going to talk about that in a bit. Don't go anywhere. All right, you're back on Star Stop with me, Salil, and two incredibly talented and incredibly, as we are finding out more, unfiltered and entertaining individuals. Adnan Sami and Ada, thanks for joining me. I love this hairdo of yours, by the way. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
How does the color stay? Sometimes you have red, sometimes you have this. I love the way you
Changes color. As per my mood.
How do you stay relevant with music? Something that is consumed so much, you make a comeback. You've still kept melody of like the old Adnan Sami alive. Do you think that people say that melody never goes, pretty much, but is the audience,
You know,
do they understand that?
Yeah, you know, the thing is that even though, you know, as you termed it, that, you know, it might be considered as a comeback, but the fact of the matter is that, first of all, I never realized that it was such a long gap.
Yeah.
You know, because you're so involved with so many things that you're doing, you don't even realize how much time has passed by. Secondly, you know, being a musician, I'm constantly listening to what's happening in the scene, in music. So I'm very much up to date with who is doing what and what kind of sound is prevalent at the moment and so on and so forth. Thirdly, I think the most important element here is that I have found through my whatever analysis you want to say, whatever, is that no matter what the times that we may be living in, the most important thing in music is melody, you know? And melody is, to me, like a pretty face. Arrangements, which keep changing, are like fashions of clothes. So if you've got a pretty face, you can dress up that in anything, and it'll look beautiful. If your face ain't pretty, you can do whatever you want. It's gonna stay.
I disagree. You have filters now that do so much more than doctors can do.
Yeah, that too.
And I'm going, hi, how are you? Oh, you! That's happened so much with me,
That
right?
happened. You know, so yesterday I was at another integration that we were at. So they showed me this thing and they put this filter on my face and I looked really beautiful. And then I was like, you know, take it off and put a mid beautiful. Like not very, because then people will see me in real life and be like, oh, you know, I want that to happen.
Same.
I want,
Are your abs fake?
Obviously not. I work very hard.
I was kind of hoping that there would be, man.
No. You know about abs.
Of course I do, yeah. I don't have the abs, that's why I know about them. Listen, coming into an Adnan Sami video, you know, it was one of those tickets to straight up, you know, into Bollywood. What I'm saying, I didn't mean up like that. There was a time that, you know, his was like fantastically made, melodies, got a storyline and all that.
Still, we're all of that.
I know, that's what I'm loving, you know, because now I'm happy to see in the last year or two, the singles are coming back in, you know, in
Yeah,
Vogue.
that's nice.
So when you're being called to say, listen, you want to do this? Are you like
Yes.
jumping with joy?
Yeah, I was really happy because, again, I think it stands out from a lot of videos around because there's a lot of, it's very classical looking, it has that old world charm to it. And I've always loved all of your videos and watched them on repeat. It, like you said, it had a storyline with it and the song could be heard again and again, and the more you listen to it, the more you like it. So
But I
think,
find him less energetic than he used to be in his old videos. There was a time when Adnan used to be like this and all over the place.
Right.
All your old videos. What's happened? You know, I have a problem with you. You've lost your weight and you're like now like playing all like classy and earlier when you were like slightly over, you just be all out.
It was like I was trying to make up for it. It was a defensive approach.
But do you agree with me or not?
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to also
even
admit.
acting has changed, I think, from a bit now. Everyone.
No, I mean, I guess everybody was overacting in those days. But I think that was like, it was fun.
No, like lift kara diya, and I can watch like now also. I think that was really cool.
But you see, you need to understand that this particular video, she's dead.
I'm dying. You can't be like that.
I can't turn around and say,
this video.
oh, she's dead.
Tu yaad aaya.
I don't mean this.
Yaad Aya. Now the field is open for me.
Not this video, but generally.
I do feel like you. The field is not open. I came back to haunt.
Yeah, there you go. But listen, nobody. But he's trying to pull a fast one on me. But you have like calm down a little. You're like a little different now.
No, well, the thing is, to be honest with you, I'm still a kid in the candy store.
Yeah. Okay.
So from that perspective, I am as antsy as I ever was.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit more hyper, actually.
Really?
I'm not as laid back as I used to be.
Yeah.
I feel that I'm far more hyper, and sometimes it annoys me also because it's like, I'll tell my staff something 10 times, and it's like, you just said that about 5 minutes ago. What? So, but the thing is that this particular song was one which was a sad, kind of a song. So I had to sort of tone it down. But in the future, you bet your bottom dollar that if it's a hyper song, I'm going to be jumping on this sofa
Do a remix on this.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no.
Tu yaad aaya with
And then she'll be coming like in a haunted avatar.
Yeah, 1920 thing,
Oh my God, she's making a comeback with horror.
Land right there, yeah.
It's like, if you want to freak me out, just do TikTok, TikTok.
Don't use those words. There's another platform right now. That sort of does work.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got it.
It stole my line. It stole my dialogue.
Sorry, it worked both ways.
Yeah.
Listen, you did a very good show on the digital platform. Did it really work? It looked really beautiful.
The holidays,
yeah.
right?
All the reds and everything in the gym, I'd go like, man, they all look so red all the time, man.
They promised me they'd make it look like we don't use names, but an A-lister Bollywood movie, and I think it did.
Yeah,
We made it look really well. And I have to tell you, when I went to promote Commando 3 now, we went to a news channel, and they had the audience asking us questions and all. So people were asking me, so are you going to be with Siddharth or Arjun next time? And so Vidyut was looking at me and he's like, who is Siddharth and Arjun? Like what?
That's another show.
Yeah, that's another show. So the amount of people from in airplanes to people,
Really?
the girl who came that day, the girl who came to our room that day, she was like, holiday, I really like what's going to happen in season 2, and so I
So
think,
it really worked for you?
It really
Which
worked
wasn't on a
for
very
me.
large. It wasn't on a digital platform. It was,
It was on YouTube,
a rival
but we're not
channel
allowed
of
to
mine.
say.
But it really worked. I really want to know
really
that because
did,
for me it was slightly more the next level. And
For me, it really did also because it was the first time I was talking normally. I mean, like how I talk in real life. How I'm on. I mean, in
When you're not on
movies-
steroids?
Like in 1920, I'm this English girl. In Commando 3, I have my Hindi has that Telugu accent.
right.
I've never played a normal girl who talks like me. Or if you think about it, even in like my.
honey, you're doing the wrong
Telugu,
casting and the wrong auditions, man. Like you're me.
Yeah, so this time they cast me for me. Like they wanted me to. I'm very close to what I am in real life, so that really worked for me as a person.
That's great. Congratulations. I wanted to ask you which work. I said there's a lot of red in this, man. It's looking very good. Does it work? Do the good looks in the videos also matter? I mean, do you spend a lot of time making sure that the look of the video always looks great? Because people are more like, now a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been very conscious about the fact that the video should be an extension of the song. And it should be very reflective of what the emotions of the song are. Aesthetically, I feel that it should be, of a certain quality. The thing is, especially more today than ever before, because today everybody's got a camera, and everybody is making videos, and so if you are going to go out there and make a video, how are you going to stand out, and how are you going to ensure that, you know what, this is what it should look like, you know. So the whole idea is to try and make it aesthetically beautiful, and so that, because I think at the end of the day, no matter how real we are today with the reality television and so on and so forth, everybody loves a beautiful painting, you know. And if you are able to achieve that, you know, it's eye candy. So you want the video to look beautiful, so you know, so we tried to do that, and
it's worked.
And I think Arvindr Khaira did a great job, and so it's nice to see that, and it's nice to get those compliments.
Do you get excited when you see yourself on screen still?
Yeah, I mean, you know, in the sense that for me, every time I release anything or do anything, I have that same kind of feeling, nervousness, anxiety, insecurity, as if it were the first time that I'm doing something. And I think that's important. Even if I go on stage, I've been performing since the age of 6. But even today, when I go on, just those few moments before I go on stage, I have a few, you know, butterflies in my stomach, and you know, I'm like, I mean, there was, I mean, a couple of years ago, I was performing at Wembley, and I suddenly had this panic attack, and I forgot the antara of Bhigi Bhigi Raaton Mein, and which is a song that I should be able to sing in my sleep, you know. So what I did was, no, I actually, in a panic attack, I got a hold of a pen and I said, "Antara kya tha? Antara kya tha?" So I actually wrote the first first line of it so that it just comes in. And then when the song came, I suddenly had a blackout again, you know. So I was like, "Are he?" Are you serious? I swear to God.
Salil would have been happy. He'd be like, "Yeah, now you're dramatic like you were in your videos."
Yeah, and so therefore, you know, it was my little crib sheet, you know.
Wow.
So I was like, "Aa rahi hai teri yaad." So you know, these things happen, and I think it's important. You should never take your success or your work for granted. I think you should always be on your toes.
I think it does help also, but you should enjoy what you do also. You love watching yourself on screen?
Now I've lost that. Now it's like Adah Sharma is, I don't even know who. Like when we enter somewhere, they're like, Adah Sharma ke saath selfie now. For me, that's another, it's almost third person now. I feel like Adah Sharma aayi
But
hai,
she's very enthusiastic to give you selfies. So if you want selfies of her, she's really looking forward to it all the time.
Oh, I am really.
Yes.
I give people with sweat and all now. I've given up. Like when I get out of the gym and all, I'm sweaty, and people are like, but for them, a selfie means so much. So I feel like
So it's sweat on. Have
it's
some.
okay. No, I'm like, good. See how I look without makeup and without hair done also sometimes.
The ultimate reality check or what?
No, I feel like see that also because then sometimes when I'm like, okay, moderate, you'll be like, you're looking so nice because you've seen the worst. So I'm like, see the worst, terrible one. So then when we dress up and look nice, people are like, you're looking so nice. I like to hear that sometimes. So
listen, I think we need to sit with your PR team and figure out a few things that, you know, the do's and don'ts of other.
there are no don'ts anymore. No, I live my life without
we
the
can
don'ts.
see that,
Yeah, I
actually.
think
I
that's
love it.
Clearly visible.
Life is too short.
It is, no, I entered today and the girl at the office, she said, you have to still change. I said, no, I'm ready. she looked me up.
That's the worst. That's the worst thing in the world.
Wear makeup, you have to still, you have to change. I said, no, I'm ready.
You know, the worst thing in the world is when you've done your whole thing, and somebody comes up to you and, you know, just looks at it. Nahi, theek hai. You're like, what?
Who is this person?
You know, it's like, nahi, chalega.
I'm going to do this to people.
You know, when they do that, you're like, what? You suddenly become like this, you know. Like, kya chalega? Kya matlab hai?
That's like a terrible way to make someone really insecure.
yeah,
That's horrible.
The other thing that you want to do, if you want to distract somebody, while they're talking, you just do. And you know what will happen? He'll be talking and just kya hua?
I need to sit with you. I need to like.
Listen, I'm not going to just hire you for the day. Can I just come? I'll come for free on the other channels. You'll love it anyway. It'll be so much fun. You are just the most entertaining gentleman that we have. And I have never had so much fun with you also. I'm loving this new avatar of yours. And listen, I don't know what you've been having in the gym. You look super hot in the gym. You look super hot outside also.
You know what? I've suddenly realized. I was thinking that this look was reminding me of someone.
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia.
Ah, because of this? Yeah, there we go.
Because of the
yeah,
whole.
because of
And
that.
I'm in white also.
And in white, yes.
But listen, have you seen,
that's a compliment.
Margaret Robbie also? She had that, like in
She
the
has
older one.
ponytails, na?
Yeah, what's the name of that film? That horrible film that...
The,
horrible film.
Why would I remember a horrible film?
I forgot. No, not the DC one. I forgot. We come to that later.
Oh, yeah. I know what
Yeah,
you're
you know
talking
what I mean?
about.
The other one.
Yeah. The new one.
Yeah.
The new one.
No, not the new one. The older version of that one.
Next
okay,
time
that
we
one.
will do that.
We will
It's
do
the
that.
older version of that one. Yeah, whatever.
Before we go, listen, it'll be blasphemous if I don't make him sing. Because we don't meet him that often. He's in his little palace which has Shri Padam Shri. You have to do that.
Oh.
You have to do that. Listen, it's like people buy fame. You've got this on a scroll. I think it'll just be
You
awesome.
should make people say it compulsorily or not respond till they say Padma Shri.
Yeah, of course.
You should. Otherwise, you should be like, I'm not responding.
I'm sorry, but when they say Sir, Sir Jeffrey Boycott or any of they never refer to them as just with their names anymore. Yeah. Even Ian Botham is not called Ian Botham anymore, it's Sir Ian Botham.
Yeah, but Sir here is used for everyone. No. This is Shri. So we are going to like...
What I mean is the title. You have the title. Adnan Sami Adah Sharma, thank you so much. Such a blast.
Yeah, pleasure.
I was half asleep before this and now I'm suddenly all wide awake. Bring it on. See you guys later. B4U Entertainment, where this interview, of course, will be there. And on various social media platforms, you try and put it up there, so do follow it. The track obviously is out. You can go check it out. She's dancing beautifully, looking fabulous with all the do's and the makeup and all that. It's all part of that process. And of course, he's completely shaved in there, so yeah, you'll enjoy that.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.